Well, the hot stove has officially been lit. Blake Snell, maybe the best or second best starter on the free agent market, is headed to the Los Angeles Dodgers on a 5-year, $182 million contract. The rich get a whole lot richer.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have ruined baseball. They already kind of did last year, but they just signed Blake Snell from the Padres. And at a certain point, I know fans like to argue that all teams have the same opportunity to spend money and be the highest bidder for players, but the Dodgers are the biggest market by far. They have the most revenue coming in, and really, at a certain point, people will give up on the game. I know baseball is baseball, and people will watch baseball because it's America's pastime, but if the Dodgers get a couple more players, they officially do have an all-star team, and people are gonna protest because there's no point in watching the season when one team has 6 superstars batting 1 through 6 in the lineup. And what the Dodgers continue to do is they just trade for or sign whoever, and then they defer the money for later. And with the talent they bring in, obviously they are attracting more fans and the team is winning more, so that is just bringing in even more revenue, which will allow them to pay those players down the line when their money is due, and then they will still have money left over to spend on new stars. I'm not mad at the Dodgers for doing this, it's pretty genius, and I like how the owner is actually trying to win. But this is more of a Rob Manfred, MLB, and Players Union problem, because the MLB seriously does need to watch out. People aren't going to watch this product outside of the big markets, because as a Cleveland Guardians fan myself, we haven't won a World Series in over 75 years, the longest drought in the league, and the organization keeps putting together good teams on the field. They continue to make the most out of the resources they have. I know the owners are super rich, but at the end of the day, business is business. The Dolans aren't going to spend more money on the team than the revenue they're going to make. But even with the Guards' recent success, they are never going to get ahead, because big market teams can pluck away their talent that they develop at any time for any reason, just because they can pay double the price. It's super frustrating as a fan, and it makes me not want to watch or support the league. And as baseball starts to transition from the old generation to Gen Z as their target audience, kids seriously aren't going to watch this product when they can just watch the NFL or NBA. And I know it's tough to change because the MLB has one of the strongest player unions in the history of unions, and the players are always going to be wanting to make as much money as possible. But at the end of the day, like I've been saying, over the next decade or so, the revenue will slowly start to go down as people stop watching, because the same 3 teams spend 8 times more than all the other teams in the league. I mean, this is just completely theoretical, but imagine if the Dodgers somehow get Juan Soto too. They definitely have the money, and there's no reason for him not to go there. But we'd be looking at a lineup of Shohei Ohtani, Soto, Betts, Freeman, Hernandez, and all the other guys they have. And then now with Blake Snell and the rotation getting healthy, you're looking at Yamamoto being like the 5th pitcher in the rotation. And then come playoff time, when you only need 3 or at max 4, you're looking at starters potentially moving to the bullpen. Like, it literally is going to be so impossible to stop them. It's already at that point, even without Soto. But yeah, you definitely can't expect the Dodgers to stop making moves. They're going to keep stacking, and these next 5 years are going to be absolutely brutal. The reason I think it's going to be so bad is because the Dodgers already got the hump off their back. They already won a championship. Like, when they were down 2-1 to the Padres, if they actually would have lost, even with them getting Blake Snell, the memes would have come rolling in. It wouldn't matter how many guys they get, people would still view this team as chokers. But now they already won, so they're going to be playing with no pressure, and the more stars they add, the more impossible it's going to be to beat this team. Because Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman playing with the pressure off in the playoffs is just something nobody wants to see. So yeah, I know baseball is not really being impacted by this at the moment, but if things continue this way, it's gonna be an unwatchable product. So Rob Manfred, you gotta do something. I know the Players Union is strong, but the NFL and NBA have the level playing field thing figured out. It's not like players making $45 million instead of 80 is unfair. I just don't get it. How is one player allowed to be making more than some payrolls entirely? I honestly can't tell you what the solution is. A salary floor probably wouldn't do anything, because then teams would still just spend way more money than others. And honestly, I do need to fix my wording. I'm not against teams spending more money than others. That's gonna happen, but you shouldn't be able to spend 8 times more. So maybe there should be like a limit of how much the largest payroll can be compared to the average, or some math formula like that. Because all I can really say is that the direction the MLB is headed just ain't it. I think it's fair to say that. I know Dodgers fans are probably going to tell me to keep crying, but I'm really not even trying to take a shot at the Dodgers or their fans, because the Yankees do it too. I have nothing against trying to win. But again, at a certain point, it's not even fun when the team is 100% bought and nothing was built. Like, as a Cleveland fan, we all take pride in how the team is homegrown and built through the farm system. And it's frustrating to have to trade guys like Lindor to the big markets after developing him. But yeah, credit to the Dodgers, because they really have positioned themselves as the premier landing spot for the top free agents. It all started with locking in Ohtani and making the move for Freeman, and since then, guys have just wanted to play there. I mean, if you're gonna get to be in a great location, you're gonna be paid more, and you're gonna win, it's like a 3-in-1, and the pressure is off. You don't even have to carry the team or anything like that. And because of the success, the Dodgers have the biggest fan base in the league, so that is leading to more merch sales, especially overseas. Ticket prices are through the roof, and TV deals are also through the roof. It's a crazy business, and they have just become a revenue generating machine. And yeah, with everyone getting healthy, this really could be an 110 win team next season. So are the Dodgers actually ruining baseball? No. It's not their fault, but baseball is ruining itself. Rob Manfred has been under a lot of scrutiny the last couple of years, but over the next few years, it is going to get to a point where he has to make some big decisions. Because as the old generation gets older and unfortunately starts passing away, the new generation already likes the NFL and NBA way more than the MLB. Obviously myself, I am a baseball for life guy, but if you're a fan living in a small market, there is just no point anymore. But that is just my opinion. Would love to hear yours in the comments below. And let's take a look at what some of the media has to say.
The Dodgers thought, hey, we need rotation help, even though we are the defending World Series champion. Remember, they only had Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Jack Flaherty, and Walker Buehler pitching in the rotation in the postseason. They were banged up big time with injuries this year, and a guy like Snell fits them perfectly because his stuff is so good. The Dodgers every year have a great bullpen and feel like if we get 5 or 6 great innings out of our starting pitcher and have a guy who's ready for October, that's the person that we want to bet on.
Oh my God, they can't keep getting away with this. They can't keep getting away with this. Like, yes, they can. Of course, they can keep doing this. It's smart. They're ridiculous. But the Dodgers just signed Blake Snell to a 5-year, $182 million contract. That comes out to about $36 million a year for 5 years. No opt-outs. There are a bunch of deferrals, apparently, because that's what the Dodgers do, change their logo from Dodgers to deferred. And they now added Blake Snell to the World Series champion Dodgers. What was their weakness this past year, you say? Oh, was it their hitting? Of course not. Was it their fielding? Of course not. Was it their outfield? Nope. Was it their bullpen? Maybe. Oh, their starting pitching? Yeah, it just got a lot better because when Blake Snell is healthy, which it's not often, when he throws 180 innings, he wins the Cy Young Award.
That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.